processed meat sits in your fridge right now. Bacon, hot dogs, deli slices. But behind that vacuum seal, dangerous secrets are hiding. Nitrate overloads spiking blood pressure. Bacterial contamination slipping past inspections. Some brands are silently putting seniors at risk. Today, we expose 9 processed meat brands to avoid and 2 worth your trust. Coming in at number 9, we have Oscar Mayer. Oscar Mayer, the name your parents trusted. The brand that promised all-American quality in every slice. But what they promised and what inspectors found are 2 very different stories. For decades, this company has built its entire empire on nostalgia and familiarity. Oscar Mayer built its empire on nostalgia. The Wienermobile, the jingle that played on every television set. Generations of families believed they were buying wholesome, safe products for their children and grandchildren. But behind that cheerful branding, the reality is troubling. The company your grandmother trusted is not the same company operating today. In recent years, Oscar Mayer products have faced multiple recalls that should concern every consumer. Listeria contamination, mislabeled ingredients. Foreign material found in packaged meats. For seniors, Listeria is not just an inconvenience or a minor stomach upset. It can be fatal. The Centers for Disease Control reports that adults over 65 are 4 times more likely to be hospitalized from Listeria infections than younger adults. And those on heart medications or blood pressure drugs face compounded risks when infections take hold. Your immune system is already working overtime. A foodborne illness can push it past the breaking point. But contamination is only part of the problem with Oscar Mayer. Their ingredient lists reveal sky-high sodium levels that cardiologists warn against. A single serving of their deli ham can contain over 500 milligrams of sodium. For seniors managing hypertension, that is a quarter of the daily recommended limit in just 2 thin slices. Think about that. 2 slices of meat on your sandwich, and you have already used up 25% of your entire daily sodium budget. The label says quality cuts. What it does not say is how those cuts could be quietly raising your blood pressure with every single bite you take. Then there is the sodium nitrate problem. Oscar Mayer uses nitrates and nitrites as preservatives throughout their product line. These chemicals are linked in peer-reviewed studies to increased risk of colorectal cancer and heart disease. The World Health Organization classifies processed meats containing these additives as Group 1 carcinogens. That classification puts them in the same category as cigarettes and asbestos. Yet the packaging never mentions that alarming fact. You have to do your own research to discover the risks hiding in every package. Imagine opening a fresh pack of Oscar Mayer bologna from your refrigerator. It smells fine, normal. The pink color looks appetizing just like it should. But that pink is artificial, maintained by chemical additives that mask the natural gray color of aging meat. You cannot see the sodium flooding your system with every bite. You cannot taste the nitrates entering your bloodstream. And by the time your blood pressure spikes or your doctor notices irregularities in your blood work, the damage is already underway. The harm has been accumulating silently for years. Oscar Mayer promised trust and quality. What they delivered is a product that puts seniors at risk. 1 slice at a time, 1 sandwich at a time, 1 meal at a time. At number 8, we have Hillshire Farm. Hillshire Farm. The name evokes images of rolling green pastures and farm fresh quality. Their commercials show rustic red barns and smiling farmers in overalls. You can almost smell the country air. But step behind the marketing and the picture changes dramatically. What they show you and what they sell you are 2 very different things. Hillshire Farm has faced serious food safety issues that should alarm every consumer. In 2023, a major recall pulled thousands of pounds of their smoked sausage from grocery store shelves across America after metal fragment contamination was discovered. Metal. Tiny pieces of metal in your breakfast sausage. For seniors with digestive sensitivities or those recovering from surgeries, swallowing metal fragments could cause internal injuries that lead to hospitalization, emergency surgery, and prolonged recovery periods. But the problems go deeper than isolated recalls. Hillshire Farm products are loaded with sodium and preservatives at levels that should concern anyone watching their health. Their signature smoked sausage contains over 700 milligrams of sodium per serving. Pair that with eggs and toast for breakfast, and you have already consumed half your daily sodium intake before noon even arrives. For seniors on diuretics or blood pressure medications, this kind of sodium bomb can destabilize carefully managed conditions that took months or years to balance. 1 breakfast can undo weeks of careful medical management. The sodium phosphates in Hillshire Farm products are another hidden danger that most consumers never consider. These additives help retain moisture and extend shelf life, but they also increase phosphorus levels in the blood. For seniors with kidney disease, a condition affecting over 37 million Americans, many of them over 60. Excess phosphorus can accelerate kidney damage and lead to dangerous mineral imbalances that affect bone health and cardiovascular function. Your kidneys are already working hard. These additives make their job even harder. And then there is the texture that consumers love. That snappy, satisfying bite you get from Hillshire Farm sausages? It does not come from quality meat. It comes from mechanical processing and binding agents that transform scraps and trimmings into uniform links. What you taste as quality is often engineered consistency, not whole muscle meat, but restructured protein held together with additives and chemicals. Hillshire Farm promises farm-fresh goodness. What they deliver is a processed product engineered for shelf life, not your health. Why do you think the FDA lets brands use ingredients banned in other countries? It is a question worth asking, especially when your health is on the line. Most people never learn which brands are actually safe, but we will break it down at the end of the video. Stick around because this information could change how you shop forever. If this helps you stay safer at the store, hit subscribe. It is free and it means you will never miss these exposés. Now at number 7, we have Bar S Foods. Bar S Foods. You have seen their hot dogs and bologna at every budget grocery store in America. The low prices seem like a bargain, especially on a fixed income. But when it comes to your health, Bar S might be the most expensive mistake you ever make. What you save at the checkout counter could cost you dearly at the doctor's office. Bar S has one of the worst food safety records in the entire processed meat industry. In 2016, a massive listeria outbreak linked to Bar S hot dogs killed 3 people and sickened dozens more across multiple states. The recall covered over 2 million pounds of product, hot dogs, corn dogs, and bologna that had already made it into homes and refrigerators across America. For seniors who are most vulnerable to listeria infections, this was not just a recall. It was a life-threatening failure of the food safety system. But the problems did not stop there and have continued to this day. Bar S continues to face complaints about quality control from consumers across the country. Shoppers report finding discoloration, off-putting smells, and slimy textures in freshly opened packages. When you open a pack of Bar S hot dogs and notice a grayish tinge or a sour smell, that is not normal variation in the product. That is a warning sign of bacterial growth or improper storage somewhere in the supply chain. The ingredient list tells another troubling story. Bar S products contain mechanically separated chicken and pork. This is a slurry created by forcing bones and carcasses through sieves under high pressure to extract every last bit of tissue. This process maximizes profit for the company, but minimizes nutritional value for consumers. What you get is a product that barely resembles whole meat, pumped full of sodium, nitrates, and fillers to create the illusion of substance and flavor. For seniors managing cholesterol or heart conditions, Bar S products are particularly dangerous. The combination of high sodium, saturated fats, and chemical preservatives creates a triple threat to cardiovascular health. Every bite works against the medications and lifestyle changes your doctor has prescribed. You are essentially sabotaging your own treatment plan. Bar S promises affordable protein for families on a budget. What they deliver is a false economy, saving pennies now while risking medical bills later that will far exceed any savings. Number 6 is Johnsonville. Johnsonville, the self-proclaimed sausage king of America. Their commercials feature backyard barbecues and family gatherings, children playing in the yard while dad grills on the patio. But behind the grill smoke and the happy music, serious concerns are simmering. This company has built its reputation on an image of quality that does not match the reality. Johnsonville has faced multiple recalls for contamination issues over the years. In recent years, products have been pulled for containing rubber and plastic fragments, foreign materials that somehow made it through quality control and into sealed packages sitting on store shelves. For seniors with dentures, digestive issues, or swallowing difficulties, biting into a piece of rubber hidden in a sausage link could cause choking, dental damage, or internal injury requiring emergency medical care. But contamination is just the beginning of the problems with Johnsonville. Their sausages are sodium bombs wrapped in natural casings. A single bratwurst can contain over 800 milligrams of sodium. That is more than a third of the daily recommended limit in one sausage. For seniors on blood pressure medications, that kind of sodium load can counteract your prescription entirely, leaving you vulnerable to dangerous spikes that increase stroke and heart attack risk. The fat content is equally alarming for anyone watching their health. Johnsonville Italian sausages contain up to 22 grams of fat per link, with 8 grams of saturated fat. Cardiologists recommend limiting saturated fat to 13 grams per day for heart health. One sausage and you are already over halfway to that limit, before adding anything else to your plate like bread, cheese, or condiments. Then there are the flavor enhancers hiding in the ingredient list. Johnsonville uses monosodium glutamate and other additives to boost taste and keep you coming back for more. For seniors sensitive to MSG, this can trigger headaches, flushing, rapid heartbeat, and heart palpitations. The label might say natural flavors, but natural does not mean safe for everyone. Johnsonville promises quality family meals. What they deliver is a product loaded with sodium, fat, and additives that seniors should think twice about before grilling. Isn't it strange how billion-dollar food companies keep having recalls, yet their products are still on every shelf in every store? Think about that. Coming in at number 5, we have Hormel. Hormel, a name that has been in American kitchens for over a century. Your grandparents probably ate their products. They make everything from Spam to deli meats to pepperoni that tops millions of pizzas. But longevity does not equal safety, and Hormel's track record over the years proves it. Being an old brand does not make you a safe brand. Hormel has faced multiple contamination recalls over the years that should concern every consumer. Listeria, salmonella, foreign materials. Their Spam products, iconic as they are in American culture, have been linked to reports of off odors and metallic tastes that suggest quality control failures at the manufacturing level. When you open a can of Spam and smell something sharp or chemical, that is not the product working as intended. That is a warning sign. The sodium content in Hormel products is staggering and should alarm anyone monitoring their salt intake. A single serving of Spam contains 790 milligrams of sodium. That is more than a third of the daily limit in one small portion of processed meat. For seniors managing congestive heart failure or taking ACE inhibitors, this kind of sodium overload forces the heart to work harder, increasing the risk of fluid retention, swelling in the legs and feet, and dangerous cardiovascular complications. Hormel's pepperoni tells a similar story of excessive additives. Used on pizzas and in sandwiches across America every day, their pepperoni is loaded with sodium nitrate, sodium erythorbate, and other preservatives designed to maintain that deep red color and extend shelf life. But those preservatives come at a cost to your health. Studies link nitrate consumption to increased risk of stomach cancer and cardiovascular disease, conditions seniors are already more susceptible to as they age. The processing methods raise additional concerns about quality. Hormel uses mechanically separated meats and meat byproducts in many of their products. That means you are not eating whole cuts of quality meat. You are eating a processed mixture of whatever tissue could be scraped from the carcass. The texture is uniform because it is manufactured in a factory, not natural like real meat. Hormel promises tradition and taste. What they deliver is a product engineered for profit, not health, wrapped in a century of branding that masks modern risks to your well-being. Don't go yet. The solution comes at the very end, and it could change how you shop forever. Stay with me. At number 4, we have Butterball. Butterball. The name synonymous with Thanksgiving turkey in households across America. But Butterball makes more than holiday birds for special occasions. They produce deli turkey, turkey bacon, and turkey sausage marketed as healthier alternatives to pork and beef products. The reality of what they sell is far less reassuring than the marketing suggests. Butterball has faced multiple recalls for bacterial contamination that affected consumers across the country. In one of the largest turkey recalls in American history, Butterball products were linked to a salmonella outbreak that sickened over 100 people across multiple states. Salmonella hits seniors particularly hard, causing severe dehydration, kidney complications, and in some cases bloodstream infections that require hospitalization and intensive medical care. But even when their products are not recalled, the ingredient lists reveal hidden dangers that most consumers never notice. Butterball deli turkey is often marketed as a lean protein option for health-conscious consumers. But it contains significant amounts of sodium and preservatives that undermine those health claims. A 2-ounce serving of their oven-roasted turkey breast contains over 450 milligrams of sodium. For seniors watching their salt intake on doctor's orders, that is a substantial portion of the daily limit hidden in what seems like a healthy choice. The processing methods add another layer of concern that consumers should understand. Butterball injects their turkey with sodium solutions to enhance flavor and moisture. This brining process pumps extra sodium directly into the meat itself. Sodium that does not appear on the label as added salt, but still affects your blood pressure when you eat it. You think you are eating clean, lean protein, but you are consuming a sodium-enhanced product engineered to taste juicier at the cost of your cardiovascular health. Turkey bacon, often chosen by seniors trying to avoid pork products, is no better for your health. Butterball turkey bacon contains the same nitrates and nitrites found in regular pork bacon, along with artificial smoke flavoring and binding agents to hold it together. The health halo around turkey products is a marketing illusion, not a nutritional reality. Butterball promises lean, healthy protein for health-conscious families. What they deliver is a processed product that undermines the very health goals seniors are trying to achieve. Now at number 3, we have Smithfield. Smithfield, one of the largest pork producers in the entire world. Their bacon, ham, and sausage products fill grocery store shelves from coast to coast in every major chain. But the scale of their operation has not prevented serious safety failures that put consumers at risk. Size does not equal safety. Smithfield has faced repeated recalls for contamination and mislabeling over the years. Products have been pulled from store shelves for containing undeclared allergens, foreign materials, and bacterial contamination. For seniors with food allergies or compromised immune systems, these failures are not minor inconveniences or paperwork errors. They are potentially life-threatening oversights that can result in allergic reactions, hospitalizations, and worse. The environmental and ethical concerns surrounding Smithfield also raise questions about their commitment to quality at every level. Their factory farming operations have been criticized extensively for pollution, animal welfare violations, and labor abuses. When a company prioritizes volume over responsibility at such a fundamental level, can you trust that quality control in their food products is any different? The sodium content in Smithfield products follows the troubling industry pattern. Their thick-cut bacon contains over 400 milligrams of sodium per serving. And who eats just 2 slices of bacon at breakfast? A typical breakfast portion easily pushes past 800 milligrams of sodium, straining blood pressure and forcing seniors on hypertension medications to fight against their own food choices at every meal. Smithfield ham is no better for your health. Pre-sliced, honey-glazed, and loaded with added sugars and sodium, these products turn what should be simple protein into a metabolic minefield. For seniors managing diabetes alongside heart conditions, the combination of sugar spikes and sodium surges creates compounding risks that multiply with every serving. The nitrate content follows industry standards, which means Smithfield uses the same cancer-linked preservatives as every other major brand on the market. The label says nothing about long-term health consequences. It does not mention the studies linking processed meat consumption to colorectal cancer. It just shows a smiling pig and a quality guarantee that means nothing. Smithfield promises trusted pork products for American families. What they deliver is industrial-scale processing that prioritizes profit over the health of seniors who trust their brand. Do you think the government protects consumers or the food industry? When you look at what gets approved and what gets overlooked, the answer becomes uncomfortable. What is the worst processed meat product you have ever opened? The smell, the texture, the color? Drop your story in the comments below. Coming in at number 2, we have Nathan's Famous. Nathan's Famous, the hot dog brand built on Coney Island nostalgia and American summer memories. Their annual eating contest draws national attention and millions of viewers. But behind the competitive spectacle and the bright yellow branding, their products raise serious health concerns for everyday consumers, especially seniors. Nathan's Famous hot dogs have faced recalls for contamination issues that affected consumers across the country. Metal fragments, plastic pieces, and bacterial concerns have all triggered safety alerts over the years. For seniors with digestive vulnerabilities, swallowing foreign material can cause tears in the digestive tract, blockages, or infections that require surgical intervention and long hospital stays. But even when the hot dogs are free of foreign objects, the ingredient list is alarming for anyone watching their health. Nathan's Famous beef franks contain sodium nitrite, sodium phosphates, and sodium diacetate, a trio of chemical preservatives that extend shelf life while potentially shortening yours. The cumulative effect of these additives on cardiovascular health is well documented in medical literature, yet the packaging says nothing about the risks to consumers. The sodium content is particularly concerning for seniors. A single Nathan's Famous hot dog contains over 500 milligrams of sodium. Add a bun and condiments like ketchup and mustard, and you are approaching half the daily recommended limit in one item. For seniors managing heart failure or taking potassium-sparing diuretics, this sodium load can trigger fluid retention and dangerous electrolyte imbalances that land you in the emergency room. The fat content compounds the problem further. Each hot dog packs 16 grams of fat, including 6 grams of saturated fat. For seniors with elevated cholesterol or those taking statin medications to protect their hearts, consuming saturated fat at this level counteracts the protective benefits of their prescriptions. And the texture, that satisfying snap when you bite into a Nathan's hot dog, comes from casings and processing that transform low-quality meat trimmings into a uniform product. What tastes like quality is often mechanical engineering, not premium ingredients. Nathan's famous promises legendary taste. What they deliver is a sodium and fat bomb disguised by decades of American nostalgia. Why are seniors targeted with labels that hide sky-high sodium levels? It is a pattern that repeats across the processed meat industry, and Nathan's is no exception. And coming in at number 1, the worst offender, we have Ballpark. Ballpark, the hot dog brand named after America's favorite pastime. Their commercials promise the taste of summer, baseball games, backyard cookouts, and family memories stretching back generations. But what Ballpark actually delivers is a product that seniors should approach with extreme caution. This brand tops our avoid list for good reason. Ballpark has a troubling history of recalls that spans years. Foreign object contamination, including bone fragments and hard plastic pieces, has forced products off store shelves multiple times. For seniors with dentures, weakened teeth, or swallowing difficulties, biting into an unexpected hard object can cause dental damage, choking, or serious internal injury requiring emergency medical care and potential surgery. The contamination concerns are compounded by ingredient issues that most consumers never notice. Ballpark Franks contain mechanically separated chicken along with beef and pork. This means the product includes meat slurry extracted from carcasses using high-pressure processes, a far cry from the premium quality their patriotic branding implies. You think you are eating a beef hot dog, but you are eating a blended product that maximizes profit while minimizing quality. The sodium content is staggering and should concern every consumer. A single Ballpark Frank contains over 550 milligrams of sodium. Add cheese-stuffed varieties, and the count climbs even higher. Some products exceed 700 milligrams per serving. For seniors on low-sodium diets prescribed by cardiologists, one hot dog can sabotage an entire day of careful eating and undo all your dietary efforts. The preservatives tell the familiar story we have heard throughout this video. Sodium nitrite, sodium phosphate, sodium diacetate. The same chemicals used across the industry to maintain color, extend shelf life, and enhance flavor at the cost of your long-term health. These additives have been linked to increased cancer risk, cardiovascular stress, and kidney complications. Yet the package shows a smiling sun and a baseball diamond, as if nostalgia could neutralize chemistry. Ballpark also uses corn syrup as a flavor enhancer in many of their products. For seniors managing diabetes, hidden sugars in savory products create unexpected blood glucose spikes. You do not expect sweetness in a hot dog, so you do not adjust your insulin or meal planning accordingly. The result is metabolic confusion that compounds existing health challenges. The cooking process adds another risk factor. Ballpark Franks, like most processed hot dogs, can harbor listeria even after cooking if not heated to proper internal temperatures. Seniors preparing quick meals might underheat products, leaving dangerous bacteria active. The convenience marketed as a benefit becomes a safety liability. Ballpark promises the taste of America's pastime. What they deliver is a processed product loaded with sodium, chemicals, and hidden ingredients that put seniors at risk, one summer cookout at a time. This is the brand at the top of our avoid list because it represents everything wrong with the processed meat industry. Nostalgia weaponized into marketing, quality sacrificed for profit, and health concerns buried under decades of brand trust. Ever noticed how these brands keep recalling but never really changing? Let me know your thoughts below. The first safe option, Applegate Farms. After everything we have covered in this video, the contamination, the sodium, the nitrates, the recalls, you might wonder if any processed meat is actually safe to eat. The answer is yes, but you have to know where to look and what brands actually deserve your trust. Applegate Farms is the first brand we recommend for seniors who want processed meat without the risks. Here is why this brand stands apart from the competition. Applegate uses only humanely raised animals with no antibiotics or added hormones in their farming practices. Their products are free from chemical nitrates and nitrites, the preservatives linked to cancer that we discussed throughout this video. Instead, they use natural preservatives like celery powder that do not carry the same cancer-linked risks. The sodium content is significantly lower than conventional brands, making Applegate a realistic option for seniors managing blood pressure who still want to enjoy the occasional hot dog or deli sandwich. Their hot dogs and deli meats undergo rigorous safety testing that exceeds industry standards. Applegate has maintained a clean recall record while competitors continue to face contamination issues year after year. For seniors with compromised immune systems, this commitment to safety is not just a marketing point. It is genuine protection for you and your family. The ingredient lists are transparent and readable. You will recognize the components without needing a chemistry degree. Beef, pork, water, sea salt, spices. No mechanically separated mystery slurry, no hidden phosphates or chemical flavor enhancers. What you see on the label is what you get in the package. Applegate products cost more than budget brands, but you are paying for quality, safety, and peace of mind. When you calculate the potential medical costs from contaminated or unhealthy products, the premium becomes an investment in your health that pays dividends. If you want processed meat that respects your body and your dietary needs, Applegate Farms is the brand to trust. The second safe option, Diestel Turkey Ranch. For seniors specifically seeking turkey products, Diestel Turkey Ranch stands above the competition in every meaningful way. Diestel is a family-owned operation that prioritizes sustainable farming and humane treatment of their animals. Their turkeys are raised without antibiotics or growth hormones, and the processing follows strict safety protocols that have kept them recall-free for decades. That kind of track record is rare in this industry. Unlike Butterball and other mass-market brands, Diestel does not inject their turkeys with sodium solutions to add weight and fake moisture. What you buy is actual turkey, not turkey enhanced with salt water to increase the scale weight and fool consumers into paying for water. For seniors watching their sodium intake on doctor's orders, this makes a meaningful difference in your daily numbers. Diestel's deli turkey and turkey sausage contain minimal ingredients and no artificial preservatives. They use organic practices where possible and prioritize animal welfare throughout the entire supply chain. The result is a product that tastes better because it is better. Cleaner processing, higher standards, and genuine quality you can taste in every bite. The texture of Diestel products reflects whole muscle meat, not restructured protein paste held together with chemicals. When you bite into their turkey, you can taste the difference that ethical farming and careful processing make. For seniors who want to include turkey in their diet without the hidden sodium, chemical preservatives, and safety risks of conventional brands, Diestel Turkey Ranch offers a genuinely healthy alternative. Do not risk your health on processed meat brands that have failed seniors again and again. The recalls, the contamination, the hidden sodium, it is all documented. And now you know the truth. You have the information you need to protect yourself and your family. Subscribe now, and if you are watching on TV, tap your remote so you never get blindsided again.